All right, we're talking like I want to trail field hockey. Laura Evans is with us. What a run. Exciting group of small school, but talented year in and year out at Lackawanna Trail. Put it all together this year. State runner-up's pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good. Yeah, we're excited.
We'll talk a little bit about, girls getting together, working hard, putting in the time, and then winning some of those big games down the stretch against quality opponents.
Absolutely. When we started our season, we had goals of the district championship game. We had been there working to semifinals year after year, coming up 1 point short each time. So the girls made a commitment to each other over the summer that their mindset was going to be they could really make this happen, and they were going to do everything they needed to get there. In the beginning of the season, we had 2 ties, maybe even a loss, but we ended up really reflecting, finding out what was missing, what did we need to move. We changed our formation a couple weeks into the season, and we took the girls down to Philadelphia, played in the Maxfield Hockey Invitational. Thankfully, we have high competition within the Wyoming Valley Conference, so we really just set ourselves up for taking the lumps early, learning from them, and trying to project as far into the season as we could.
I mean, it's a shame, that every year it's like, okay, 1 team only. Years ago we went back, it was 2. Sometimes they'd meet in the championship, but you get prepared by your regular season competition. A lot of traveling at Lackawanna Trail. People are like, okay, you're coming this way, you're going that way. You're not really getting much of a close away game. Maybe having tonight's or something like that, but talk a little bit about, just being able to get the girls dialed in week after week, those bus rides and getting it done.
Yeah, I feel like that's really where the coaches do come in. I mean, we obviously teach the tactical, but it's kind of up to us to look at the big picture and be like, we have 3 games coming in this week, 3 big games. We know the teams well enough to look and see where maybe we can get a little rest in and get some other players, get some fresh legs, and where we actually have to focus on downtime, rest, and recovery. So that was something new we did this year, where if we had a lot of 3-day-a-week games, so we would play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we were using Tuesday and Thursday for film and rest and recovery. We would hit the yoga room, we'd do meditation, and I really do think that was a huge component to the longevity of our season. Field hockey set up a lot like a basketball schedule where you can play 3 games a week. It's not Friday nights only. It's not like cross country you're running once a week. These girls really had to endure, but I do feel like they take our lead on that, and we have to pace them and keep them mentally and physically sound so we can play well into November.
This Lackawanna Trail program has a history. We go back and to the 70s and 80s, and long tradition, coached there forever. And it's nice to see that here we are in 2023 and more success at the state level.
Yeah, and it's a credit to our program and our alumni and the coaches that have come before me. I didn't have the pleasure of knowing Janet Finn, but she's a legend. I know Gail Perry. She's involved with our program. Obviously, Sandy Spott was still one of my mentors to this day, and she was the one that pushed me to actually take the junior high position, which then led into this varsity. But it is the pride and the quality of the women and men that we still have involved helping this program thrive. And it starts at the youth level, and our assistant coach, Michelle Fahey, has run that for years. And that has been handed down to her by women before who were just willing to donate their time and passionate about the program.
How about the senior leadership this year? Talk about those girls and have an influence. Hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to stay after.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started last year called the Senior Lunch, and we go out to the bleachers in a sunny day in May, June, and we sit and we start with the seniors and we say, what are your goals and what do you want to focus on this season, and what are the little things we're going to do to get there. And I think that really does help set the tone because they feel invested. It feels like their program, and when things go wrong, they are willing to reflect and say, like, this isn't the path we're supposed to be on. What do we need to do to correct this? So I really think that that investment, that they feel like it's their program, there's ownership there, and that's where we get that quality leadership back.
little time removed from that state championship, but still you're soaking it all in, still like, you know what, we had an incredible season.
We really did. I mean, I don't know if you'll meet a coach that says, you know, it doesn't sting after a loss, but what I want the girls to take away is that's my job. I'm going to feel like that, but I don't ever want that to be misinterpreted as I am just overcome with pride for these girls. It does take a little time because, you know, you're ending your season, so you're sad that the season is over, but win or lose, you know, that was going to be the end anyway. So I told the girls, take some time and sort out those feelings, and then hopefully, you know, this event, other events moving forward where we can recollect as a team to really stop and take a breath and say like, wow, you know, we set our sights on district championship, and then 3 weeks later, there we were playing for a state championship, and that was just based on pure heart, grit, and hustle. It was awesome.
And a couple weeks later, Pete's at our Carol and Janelle.
Exactly.
Coach, congratulations on a wonderful season.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.